Hi everyone, welcome to my live creative time today. My name's Mandy Witherby from Mandy's Papercraft Creations, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Sydney, Australia. It's great to be back for another week of crafting. I have got a fantastic card for you today. It's another fun fold. I know you all love fun fold cards, so I thought I'd bring you another one today. And this one is one that I did for a class for my class ladies last year, I think it was, maybe about 12 months ago or more. And they really enjoyed this one, so I thought I would bring it back again and we'd use some different products, some current products with it today. So yeah, so I'm super excited. So it's been a while since I've actually made it, so yeah, it'll be fun. All right, so while everyone is jumping on, we will bring this video up on or I will bring this video up on my other devices so I can see all of your comments there. All right, and I'm trying a different browser over on my hang on, I've got to work out how to use this one now, over on my computer, because when I use Google Chrome, when I'm watching back the video, it always goes black screen, it drops out. So I'm trying Firefox today, so we'll see how we go. I just don't know how to refresh the screen. Oh, there it is there. Okay, found it. All the different controls are in different spots over on Firefox and I'm not used to it. So there it is. All right, so let's mute that. Okay, so I think we are all good. I'm just waiting for that to, I've got a little bit of a lag there, so we're just waiting for that to catch up. Okay, I think we're all good. We'll see how that one goes. Now, I feel like the camera is a little bit wonky today. Let me straighten that up. There we go. Okay, good. So as you're jumping on, say hi, let me know that you're here, and have a chat with me before we get started. So we've got a couple, looks like we've got a couple of people jumping on. Hi Cheryl, how are you? Great to have you here today. Let me know. Oh, okay, hang on, I've got to mute my computer over there. There we go. We still had a little bit of volume happening over there. All good, all good. So many exciting things happening in the last week. And it has been such a hectic week. Hang on, my computer is still not, oh, there we go, now it's muted. It has been such a hectic week because my hubby has been sick. So I've been trying to look after him, do everything else, manage our abundance of peaches, and we're on day 10 now of hubby not being well. So he's been trying to work today from home, and he's been coughing up a lung all day. So I'm just like, can you please go back to bed? Oh goodness. So anyway, yeah, I thought he was turning a corner, but yeah, he's just been coughing his head off all day today. I think he's trying to push it a bit too quickly. But anyway, hopefully all will be well. Hi Dimity, how are you? Great to have you here. Hi Fee, how are you? Great to have you here as well. Great to see a few of you jumping on now. As I was saying, I've got an interlocking gate fold card to create with you today. So I'm excited to do that. I haven't created this card for over 12 months. So it'd be great to bring it back. And I don't think I've ever done it on a live. I did it in a class about 12 or 18 months ago, but I don't think I've actually presented it on a Facebook Live before. So yeah, so that's pretty cool. So I hope you enjoy that today, but before we jump into that, let me tell you a couple of things. So you're cutting cards while you're watching Fee. Fantastic. Yeah, let me know if you are crafting along today, or if you're just sitting back and watching, then that's okay too. I hope you enjoy what I have for you today. And tell me something about your weekend. Tell me something about your weekend. What did you get up to on the weekend? I've got some show and tell about my weekend, but I want to hear about yours as well. So let me know something about your weekend. something that you did, or something that you watched on TV, or did you watch a movie? Did you watch something on Netflix that was good? Yeah, share with me. Hey Laurie, how are you? All the way from Ohio. It's always lovely when you pop in from over there. Thank you so much for joining us. Oh, you're hoping to craft Dimity? Phil is busy in your seat. Oh, okay, you'll have to kick him out. Just don't hurt him when you do it. How rude, being in your crafting chair. On Saturday we had I had our team gathering in the afternoon, so that was really lovely. It's always fun to craft, to get together with my team, and then we have a little bit of a meeting part, and I give them the updated news, and I show them how to find things on the demonstrator website and all sorts of things like that. And then we have a crafting time together. So we had a lovely time crafting together afterwards, and some great chats, and I was playing with one of my new stamp sets, working out how that works. So I've got some samples created which we're not using today, but I'll keep those samples because I'll show them. I'll probably demonstrate that stamp set another day for you all, and I'll show you the little sample cards that I made as well. So yeah, so that will be great. And yeah, so that was really good. And then yesterday we had a busy church day yesterday, because there was our normal service in the morning, and then there was a special service in the afternoon that we went to. We did some shopping in between. Then in the evening last night, then I had to have a nap in the afternoon because I was exhausted. And then last night I did some baking with all of those peaches I've been talking about that we had an abundance of from our tree, which we still have some, we've still got some on the tree. But I made some peach muffins, and then I made my very first jam, which I've been talking about wanting to do. I made my very first jam since high school, I think year 9 in high school. So that would have been 1984. So this is my first jam since 1984, and it actually turned out okay. I was a bit worried because when I was, because it's peaches, you have to add an acid to it, because peaches don't have enough acid, so therefore the jam won't set. Thankfully I still have my textbooks from my cooking textbooks from back then, because I wouldn't have known. But yeah, you need the proper balance of pectin and acid in the fruit, blah blah blah, for the jam to set. In America you call this jelly, we call it jam here in Australia. So yeah, so I added some diced up pineapple as well, and it wasn't really setting. It didn't look like it was setting as I was cooking it, and so I put it on for an extra 5 minutes and went to the maximum they said, and I was testing it, and it was still looking a little bit runny, and I thought, oh, I'll push it another 5 minutes. And that last 5 minutes it started to thicken up, but I walked away, didn't I? So I came back. I wasn't very far away, I was in the kitchen, but I went over to the bench. I should have kept stirring it because it caught on the bottom, and I'm like, oh no. So then I was quickly trying to stir it, and then I was thinking, oh no, now it's starting to smell like it's burning, like it's caramelizing a bit. And I thought, oh no. So anyway, I thought, look, I'll just keep with so I turned it off then, obviously, and it had started to thicken up. So I kept with the process. I let it cool down. I jarred it up. It has set beautifully. It has set really beautifully. And I got a jar and a half out of 500 grams, because I just started with a smaller amount. I just did 500 grams of peaches and a cup of diced pineapple. And it was 1.5 cups of sugar, which sounds like a lot. And the other thing is too, you're supposed to use half the sugar on the peaches and let them sit for 2 to 3 hours. Well, I didn't have 2 to 3 hours because it was really, really late. So I only let them sit for about 1.25 hours, and I thought, I don't know if this is going to work. But it did, and I tasted it today thinking, oh, it's going to taste awful. It's going to taste burnt. It's going to be disgusting. And it actually tasted yummy. So I think it's dark, probably because I pushed it a little bit far. I cooked it a little bit long. So next time I know to either stop it at the 20 minutes or just go an extra couple of minutes, but keep stirring it. And I think my next batch will be much better. So, but I'm so excited that look, I even did little labels on my labeling machine. And yeah, and the other jar with the half jar is the one that I used this morning because I want to keep this one sealed. But I didn't think I was going to be able to do it because I remember we had special equipment back when I did it in school, and so I'd been saying, oh, I can't cook jam because I haven't got the special equipment. And then one of my friends said, I don't use any special equipment, I just cook it up and then just put it in jars. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll give it a go. And it worked. So I'm not sure how long it would keep in these jars though, because they don't have the proper cellophane seal that we used to use back in school, and that I know my grandma used to use and my mum used to use, like the proper cellophane seals. But yeah, anyway, we'll see. It tastes okay. So it's pretty yummy actually. It's very, very sweet. Yeah. So there you go. So that was my weekend. But I was excited to be able to cook the jam. Oh, you haven't tried it with pineapple, Dimity? It's very nice. The pineapple actually, you don't taste the pineapple as being a distinct different flavor in the jam, which you'd think that it would overpower the peaches, but it actually doesn't. I think it just absorbs the peach flavor, but you need to have that acid with the peaches because the peaches are a very sweet fruit and they don't have much acid in them. So yeah, anyway, there you go. A little bit of jam cookery information for you. But I was scared to try it because I thought, oh, it's not going to work. I'm going to muck it up. But yeah, I nearly did, but it turned out okay. Hi, Glenda, how are you? Great to have you here. You've never made jam, Fee? Yeah, it's actually heaps easier than I thought. I thought it was going to be really, like from what I remembered back in school, I thought, oh, it's going to be really technical and difficult and all the rest of it, but it actually wasn't too difficult. And I remembered my mum used to use a wet pastry brush and brush down, if you get, like when you're boiling it, if you're getting any crystals up around the side, you brush them down with a wet pastry brush so that it doesn't cause the jam to crystallize. And so I remembered to do that. So it didn't crystallize. It's turned out really well. And I scooped off the scum on the top. I got a little bit in the jar still. You can probably see a little bit. It's a little bit frothy just there, but most of it I got out as it was boiling. So yeah, anyway, I thought it was all right for first attempt. The next one will be better. Yeah, Glenda says you've been a busy lady. Looks yummy. Yes, I was busy yesterday, and the muffins, the peach muffins, they're just was just a vanilla cake mix, like a packet mix. It's a gluten-free one. I didn't make that part of it from scratch. I just added the peaches, and I froze half of the batch so that they would last because they're quite moist with the fruit in them and dense. But yeah, they're yummy. So that'll be afternoon tea with a cup of tea when I finish filming today. So anyway, there you go. Now, did anybody else have anything to share about their weekend before we jump on into our news? So between peaches, cookery, looking after a sick husband, my team meeting on Saturday, and trying to do everything else, preparing for today, and lots and lots of work last week. It's been really busy. So yeah, but good to be busy, isn't it? Oh, Helen says, hello Helen, sorry I didn't say hello to you yet. Hi, great to have you here. Helen says, I've been freezing berries to make jam later. Oh, yum. So if you freeze berries and then use them in jam, do you have to defrost them first, or you just put them straight in the pot with the sugar and cook them up, or do you have to sit them with sugar first for a certain amount of time? Because I know with the peaches, you're supposed to sit it for like according to my recipe from my old textbook, you're supposed to sit it with half of the sugar on it for 2 to 3 hours to let the sugar absorb and then create the syrup, and then you add the extra sugar in the pot once it's come to the boil and you've already boiled it for 15 minutes or something. So yeah, I wonder what it's like to do berry jam. Maybe I need to try that one day. We don't grow fresh berries. Oh, I tell a lie. We do have one strawberry plant, but it's struggling. It's not doing very well. But yeah, we could have a whole conversation about jam making. Is hubby still in ISO? Glenda is asking. No, he came out today. He tested negative today. Finally, it's day 10. Because a couple of days ago the line was still very faintly positive, and I said, no, a positive's a positive. You stay in your room. Our room. He's staying in our room. I'm in the spare room. Today it came up negative, so I said he could come out, but he's still coughing, so I said, please leave your mask on. And he's been working in his study today, but he's been coughing up a lung. Like he's actually coughing worse today than I've heard him coughing the last few days. He's not stopped coughing all day. So I've been trying to encourage him to go and rest and stop work and just go and rest, but I can hear him, he's still going in there. So anyway, sometimes they don't listen. I'll let him go. But yeah, I'm not sure when he'll go back into the office because he's coughing so much still. So he might just be working from home for the next few days, I'd say. So yeah, so I'm still wearing a mask whenever I'm near him, just in case. I'm trying to keep my distance. You stay in that study, don't come out. Helen said, we've been busy seeing to sheep. Putting battens on the fence, making another pallet gate as the other one was falling to bits. Oh, wow. You have been very busy, Helen. Oh, how many sheep do you have? Oh, that sounds so cool. Very, very busy. Oh, Dimity says we'll go on for a long while coughing. Do you mean the cough will go on for a long time? I have heard that people can have that lingering cough for quite a while, but it's not even just every so often, like it's been pretty constant. Although I haven't heard him for the last few minutes since I went live. But yeah. Yes, I agree, Glenda. Yes. I know. Yes. Yeah. Helen said, I take the berries out before I knead them, so they usually mostly defrost by the time I make the jam. Okay, cool. I do the same with plums when we have them. Oh, I'd love to make plum jam. Yum. So make some of our jam in winter when it's cooler. That's a great idea. Yeah, freeze the fruit and then make the jam when that's a good idea, because it was actually a really, really hot day. We had a 40-degree day yesterday, and here I am in the kitchen last night making jam. But we have the air conditioning on in the house, so it wasn't too bad, but yeah, still. Oh, you've got 10 sheep. Aw, that's so awesome, Helen. Wow. Oh, Dimity said, I made 89 jars of Rosella jam. My goodness. Granddaughter told me to make more a couple of years ago. Oh my God, that must have been so much fruit. Like it's only a small jar. Like it's only tiny jar. I got 1.5 jars of fruit, and that was 500 grams of fruit. That was a fair bit of fruit. Oh, plus that was 500 grams of peaches plus a cup of finely diced pineapple. I diced them up to about, like, I don't know, 6 mil, 7 mil squares. Wow, that was so much fruit, Dimity. My goodness. Hey, Jenny, how are you? Jenny, you'll be so proud of me. I'm joining the family of jam makers. So Jenny is, yeah, Jenny would know about this, but our family are all jam makers. And so, because my family all come from the country, and in the country they tend to do all of these things: stewed fruit, jammed fruit, yeah, they all made their own jam. Grandma was the best jam maker, and my mum was pretty good too, but Grandma's jam, oh my goodness, her quince jelly was just the best. Every time I went to visit in Mildura, she'd give me a jar of quince jelly to bring home. Hey Rose, how are you? Oh good, I was a few minutes late myself. It's been crazy hectic. Helen said, this afternoon my husband and I have been baking. Oh nice. Now the roast is in the oven. Oh yum. Yum. I'll have to do a roast too. I haven't had one for a while. Yum. Oh, I'm sure you'll enjoy that, Helen. You and your hubby. Yummy. Dimity said, I made big jars plus some grapefruit marmalade. Not quite as much as Rosella. Wow, that's amazing. It's my time now, Jenny. Yes, I think so. I'm getting to the jam making age. And look, I even did labels like Grandma. Oh, so this is peach and pineapple. It's very yummy. However, I was telling the ladies, Jenny, it wasn't setting and I was getting worried, so I pushed it a little bit far and it started to catch on the bottom of the saucepan. So I know, because I stepped away in those last few minutes, I'd stepped away from the pot for a minute or two, and that's all it took, and it started to catch. So my next batch will be a lot better. This one is, it's set beautifully now, but it's just got a little bit of a slight caramelized flavor. It doesn't smell terribly burnt. It doesn't taste terribly burnt. It's actually quite yummy, but I think the next one will be better because this was my first test batch. So yeah. So I was thinking of Grandma and Mum last night when I was cooking jam. Yeah. All right. Well, try a bit of lemon juice next time. Okay, I tried the pineapple because I have my old school textbook from when I was at school in Mildura back in 1984, and it said to complement the peaches, you use pineapple. So I used a cup of diced pineapple, very finely diced, very like 6 millimeter cubes of pineapple, because the acid, because the peaches need the acid because they're not an acidic fruit, so they needed the balance of the acid. Oh, in the freezer to see if it sets. Ah, okay. So I was doing the teaspoon test last night, Dimity, but I just put it on a plate and I let it cool on the plate, and then you tilt the plate to see if it wrinkles, and it wasn't wrinkling, and that's why I was worried that it wasn't setting, and that's why I left it on a bit longer. But putting in the freezer, I didn't think to do that. That would have chilled it a bit quicker, wouldn't it? Pectin. Yeah, so needs to have the balance of the pectin and the acid is what I was reading from the textbook. And it said you can do a test with the pectin to see if your fruit has pectin, but I thought I'm just going to chuck it in and just see how I go. It's set really well, actually. Because I opened up, I used some from the half jar today on my toast, and actually it was pretty good. Yeah, it actually set really well. I was surprised. I thought it was going to be runny as and be awful, but it was good. So yeah. Anyway, enough jam talk. Those who aren't interested in the jam talk, I hope that you have fast forwarded through all of that if you're watching the replay. But anyway, I did forget to mention, because I do film these videos live, we do have a bit of a chat at the beginning, because my beautiful friends that come and join me here and my viewers, we like to have a little chat before we jump into the crafting, because this is our social time. This is how we gather together, and it's all part of the experience. So if you are watching the replay, whether that's here on Facebook or over on YouTube, thank you so much for watching the replay. But if you want to fast forward through all of the chatter, then that is totally fine. I understand. So all good. But yeah, we do find some good topics to have a little chat about, and this week it is jam. So there you go. Alrighty, well, we will keep going. Now, if you are not following me on either of my Facebook or my YouTube platforms, please go there, because you might be watching on one or the other. Please go there and subscribe if you're watching on my YouTube channel, and follow my business page if you're not following that it's just under my name, Mandy Witherby. Both are under my name, Mandy Witherby. In fact, my Facebook business page is Mandy Witherby Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. But my YouTube channel is just under my name, Mandy Witherby. So be sure to go over there and follow me. And then I've also got a blog, which I'll talk about afterwards. And I'm on Instagram, I'm on Pinterest. Yeah, I've been forgetting to put some of my projects up on Pinterest lately, so I've got to get back onto that. I've been a little bit slack with Pinterest because, you know, everything's just busy at the moment. Can only do so much. There's only so many hours in a day, isn't there? 24, I believe. All right, let's move on. I'm going to stop chatting. Okay, let me tell you a couple of things that are happening. So we have got 2 new kits that have been released just on the 1st of February. Since, what did I see you last time? Oh, yes, I saw you last time on the 28th, and today is the 5th of February. So we've got 2 brand new kits. I didn't have time to print the flyers before I went live. So just go to the online store and have a look at the kits, and the 2 brand new ones will be the first 2 ones that will pop up. So there's a home decor kit, which is really cute. You get 4 little framed pot plants, and they're sort of 3D pot plants in a nice little frame that you can create. That's a really lovely home decor kit. And then there's a card making kit. The card making kit is the Birthday Sparkle, I think it's called, and it's got a lot of gold foiling in it. There's 2 different types of tags and 2 different types of cards, and you make 3 of each, I think. You get all the envelopes and everything too. And that's really beautiful. So I'll probably end up getting that one, I think. But yeah, so definitely go and check those out. I'll try and print the flyers for next week. Also too, we've got some brand new Celebration items that have been added to Celebration, to the Celebration offering, I should say. Now these items, they're not brand new items as such. They are items from either the annual catalogue or the mini catalogue. There's a little bit of both. And they are now ones that you can redeem for free with qualifying orders, either $90 orders or $180 orders. These 2 down the bottom here, they are for when you purchase $180. Then you can choose those 2. All the others are $90 orders. So you can choose from those, or you can choose the products that are in the Celebration brochure, and there's lots in there as well. So you can get those with a qualifying order. Now remember too that during Celebration, if you want to get the best value, then joining is the best value, and you will get to choose $235 worth of product of your choice to put in your starter kit, but you'll only pay $169, plus you'll get free shipping. Then on top of that, you can then also choose during Celebration either the Glass Mat Studio, which I only have a picture of, I don't have the real thing. The Glass Mat Studio, which comes with the glass mat. It's a tempered glass mat, which is heat proof, scratch proof, and all of that. It has the silicone mat that has the different little sections in it for your coloring, color mixing, watercoloring, for holding your ink pads, refills, all that sort of thing. And then also too, it comes with the cleaning cloth as well, which cleans it off. So yeah, so I've been looking at lots of other demonstrators using that, and they're really enjoying that. So you can either choose that as an additional item, or if you don't want the glass mat, or perhaps you already have a glass mat, you can choose an additional $51 worth of product on top of the $235 worth of product that you already get to choose. Okay, so that would be, I haven't done the maths actually. Okay, can somebody tell me? Now my brain is fried. $235 plus 51, is that 286? Is that right? Did I do that right? Someone tell me if I'm wrong. $286 worth of product for $169. That's all you're going to pay, $169. And then you get an ongoing discount of 20% on all of your Stampin' Up products. Now, if you join now, you have guaranteed 20% discount until the end of June. And then if you don't want to stick around, that's okay. You just come back as a customer. It's really easy. But if you'd like more information about joining my team, please feel free to get in contact with me, and I'd love to give you more information about that. So yeah, but we always love to welcome new team members, so we're always happy to have you come and join us in our crafting community. And as I was saying, we caught up, my team and I caught up on Saturday, and it was really lovely. We had a lovely afternoon together and a great crafting time. And yeah, we do a few social things throughout the year as well, and then every month we have a team gathering. We have a Facebook group which is very busy. Oh my goodness, I even ran out of days to be able to post all of the different content that I had for everybody last week. I was like, there's so many things going on. I need to add more content, but it kind of was, you know, filling up for the day because I didn't want to bump other content down that was important. And yeah, so it's a busy little group. There's always something in there, and we've got something new in our team this year as well, which I have started, Showcase Stamper of the Month. So we have volunteers from our team, and when they volunteer, they get selected for a particular month, and they showcase a particular product for that entire month. Yeah, so that is something that we're doing, and that's a lot of fun, and everybody has been enjoying that so far. We've just started it actually this month, so yeah, so we're very excited by it. So anyway, there's lots of different things that we do, but I can tell you more about that if you're interested. Just feel free to ask me. All right, so that is what is happening. Now, if you are a demonstrator as well, we have got the new, we've got the pre-order for the new online exclusives. Now, the new online exclusive products, and there's a lot of them, and they're beautiful. They're going to be launching to customers next month in March. I think it's the 5th of March, but demonstrators can get them now. So if you join now and you want to put any of those new things in your starter kit, you can add those brand new pre-order items into your starter kit as well. So yeah, so if you're planning on joining, then feel free to ask me about those things as well. All right, so we today, so you know that February is Valentine's Day. Okay, February 14th is Valentine's Day. I don't even know what day of the week that will be. Wednesday of next week. Okay, so I don't normally do much for my husband, and I don't really do much for Valentine's Day, although I did give him a card last year. But in our team, every month we have a creative challenge. And this month, because Valentine's Day was in February, I said, well, let's have our creative challenge theme as love this month. I do, Amber. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. I'll get to that. So yeah, so I sort of thought, well, with those two things in mind, we might make a love-themed card today. Now, this card doesn't have to be made for Valentine's Day. If you don't celebrate Valentine's Day, that's okay. You can make it or create it for any occasion to share your love with someone, or to show them that you care, show them that you're thinking of them, show them that you love them, and that you care about them. And so this kind of can be for anyone, so it doesn't necessarily have to be a Valentine's card. I just want to put that out there, but that's what we're going to be creating today. But it's super cute, and it's a interlocking gatefold card. But before we get onto that, I need to, hey Vicky, how you going? Great to have you here. I have to remind you about my upcoming card class, my card buffet class, because I nearly forgot. Thank you, Amber. The flyer was sitting here right in front of me and I forgot to hold it up. So I have got a card buffet class coming up on the 24th of February. It's an in-person class. It's going to be an in-person class with me, and seats are limited because we only have a fairly small space. The RSVP is the 10th of February. So if you are interested in this, there is a registration form. I'm actually going to pop it up in the link for you in a moment. It's only $25 for a 3-hour class. Now for that 3-hour class, there's going to be a selection of cards for you to choose from. And you get to choose four of the cards out of the whole selection that you would like. Now, if you want more than 4, you can purchase the additional ones, and I'm not sure if you'll get more than 4 made in the 3 hours, but you can take the extra kits home if you want to. But yeah, you'll get from the full selection that we're going to have on the buffet, you'll get to choose 4 of those cards that you can create on the day in that class. So, hi Brian, how are you? How are things over in New Zealand today? So let me just grab that link for you, and I'll put it in the comments, and then I'll make sure that all of my links are in the description of the video here on Facebook and YouTube once I finish recording as well. So there's the link in the comments for you. Oh, there you go. Rose says, very good value, and shame it's too far for you to come. I know, it's a little bit far to travel from Tasmania, isn't it? Unless you want to come and make a whole weekend of it, Rose. Oh, thank you, Amber. Okay, so Amber wants me to give you more description of my card buffet, which I should have thought to do. Thank you, Amber, for prompting me. So firstly, the photos of the projects that you see in this image is not necessarily the projects we are going to be creating. In fact, I don't think it's any of those ones. We just used, for the image, we just used projects that we had in our stash. But the projects are all going to be from different stamp sets, different suites, different themes. So there's going to be a broad range of different types of cards that you can choose from using all different types of products. So all of the products will be here for you. I'll have them all for you. All you need to bring is your adhesives and your basic tools kit. So things like your take your pick tool, your paper snips, tweezers if you like to use them, and those sorts of things, your bone folder, those sorts of things. Everything else will be supplied for you. I'll have all of the stamps, the inks, I'll have all of the kits for you, all the embellishments, the ribbons, everything. You just come along with your adhesive and your kits, and there will be extra adhesives here available for you to purchase on the day if you don't have any, or if you're getting low and you need more, then you can certainly purchase some on the day as well. So that is a little bit, did I miss anything, Amber? Please let me know. Is there anything else that I should have mentioned that I've forgotten? So much in this little head at the moment, I have to say. All right, let's see. Oh, good. Glad to hear that you are doing well over there, Briar. Yes, I am well, thank you. Hubby is not well, but I am all good. Keeping him, we've been keeping him isolated. We let him out today, but he's still got to wear his mask because he's still coughing. So, oh, will there be tutorials we can purchase? Too far away to come for your card buffet. That's okay, Vicky. I know a lot of you that watch me are a long way away and it's a bit far to come. But unfortunately for this class, there will not be tutorials at this stage. If this becomes a very popular class and lots of people want the tutorials, then that might be something that we do in the future. But this is the first card buffet that I've run, so there will not be PDF tutorials for this class. However, there is a class coming up that will have PDF tutorial option, and it's going to be, oh, I don't know what date. Actually, have we set the date for that one? I don't think we've set the date for that one, but there is one coming up that we're working on at the moment as well. That has a PDF with it as well. Yes, but card buffet, no, that's just an in-person class for on the day. Hey Brenton, how you going? Great to have you here. Yeah, so there we go. So that is all the everythings of what's happening. So, oh, I got slow connection notification. I just got a slow connection notification right then. So I'm not sure if I froze. Not sure if I'm back. I'll just wait and see. It's looking a little bit pixelated. That's not good. Okay. We'll just wait for a moment. It's saying the broadcast is waiting for the signal. Can you let me know if you can still hear me and see me in the comments, please? Okay, we'll pause for a moment until I just see in the comments if you can hear me and see me okay. It's become very pixelated and jumpy on my playback. I'm back. Oh, thank you, Deborah. I didn't see you jump in. Hi, Deborah. I froze, but I'm back now. Oh, good. Thank you. Yeah, it said that there was an issue with our internet. Good news. We are getting a new, I forget what you call it, a new connection, a new something, fiber optic something. I don't know. But anyway, hubby's dealing with that and we're going to have a much faster connection. I'm not sure of the date when that will happen, but hopefully my videos won't be so problematic in the future once we get that all sorted. Oh, thank you, Fee. Can see in here, it did stop for a moment. Okay. I keep freezing and dropping out, but I'm back now. Oh, good. Thank you. We are already on NBN Dimity, but it's something additional that's going to boost, and we're changing, I think we're changing providers. Yeah, but they're going to be doing something or other, and it's going to boost our service. I don't know all the technical terms. I'm sorry. But anyway, it should be better in the future. I'm just not sure when they're coming to do that. Hopefully very soon. All right, well, let's get on. Let's get some crafting done. We've been chatting for ages. Oh my goodness. All right, I love to chat with you all though. It's so much fun. It's how we get together, isn't it? And you know, I don't get to see a lot of people a lot of the time, so I love having a bit of a chat with you all. Just finding somewhere to put my keyboard. There we go. Over there will do. Okay, I'm going to tip the camera down to the desktop and I'm going to show you what we're playing with today. All right, bear with me. I'll cover up the camera so I don't make you all dizzy. And we'll do a little flippity flip. Okay. Tighten everything back up. Okay. Here we go. Oh boy, that's crooked today, isn't it? Oh goodness me. Which way do I need to go? That way? Is that better? Did I do it the right way? Yes. Good. Okay. And I'll just move these down. All right, so all of the products that I'm using today, you can find in my online store. And you can go to my blog, which is mandyspapercraftcreations.blogspot.com. And there you'll find my shop link. So up the top of my blog, when you go there, you just click on the shop button and that'll take you straight through to my online store where you can find all of these products. So if there's any of these products that you like, be sure to write them down as I'm going. All of the information for this project will be on my blog later this week, and I will post that up in my Facebook page so you'll know it's ready, and then you can get the link that way. My host code for February is this one here, so it's a new host code for February. If you're shopping with me, be sure to use that host code, and with orders over $75 you will receive a thank you gift from me. And remember too that if your order goes over $90, you will get to choose something from Celebration as well. Okay, so Celebration over $90, over $75 you'll get something from me as well. And I always send out thank you cards also for everyone that shops with me. So there you go. Hey Chitska, how are you? Great to have you here. All right, so today we're going to be playing with some products from the Mini Catalogue, and we are going to be using the very, very cute Be Mine DSP. So this is the this is from the Be Mine suite, and it's called Be Mine 12 by 12 Designer Series paper. So we're going to be using that. I don't have the stamps and the punch. I do have the ribbon and I do have the bling. I have a little bit of the bling. Actually, I didn't pull that bling out. That's what I needed. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I do have that out actually. Yeah. But yeah, we're going to be focusing on the paper today to make the gatefold card. But this is such a cute suite. It's really, really adorable. We're also going to be using some products from the annual catalogue as well. Some dies and things. So we'll get to that. But I've got all of my pieces cut. I'll pull them out in a moment, and some additional white cardstock. But let's have a quick look at this paper. So I only have a quarter pack of this because I just took one of my paper shares that I offer to my customers. I usually take one of the paper shares as well, so that then I've got a sampling of all of the papers. They do come in 12 by 12 sheets, so mine are obviously just cut down in half. So excuse me. We're going to use some of the bees from this paper. They're really super cute. We're going to fussy cut those. On the other side, we've got some lovely, this reminds me of a tablecloth. Does that remind anybody else of a tablecloth? Like a picnic tablecloth, or the old seersucker type tablecloths like my mum used to have? Yeah, so that's really cute, but I love the patterns. Then we've got, now I've got a frog in my throat, my goodness. We've got some stripes here with the sweet sorbet and the petal pink. So we're going to be using some of that one. And then on the other side, we've got these cute little flowers. They look like little tulips. We've got some sweet sorbet with little white daisies. And on the other side, we've got these cute bees. We've got some hearts and some more bees. They're really cute. I've got lots of offcuts in here too. We've got some honeycomb and some more cute bees. And then we've got some, what do you call this? Like, you know, like when the bees have been flying and you see their little slipstreams. I'm not sure what you call it. Oh, hey, Athena, how you going? Yeah, so we've got that one, and then the honey pots. I love the honey pots because you all know I love my honey, right? I got some new honey the other day too. I got yellow box. I got a bottle of yellow box honey, and the other one I got was it leatherwood? No, it was the leatherwood one I didn't like. What's the other one I got? There was another one I got too. Yes, because I had run out of all my honey. I can't not have honey. Oh, so I need to leave out, so that's the paper that we're using today. I'm going to leave the bees out because we're going to be using some of that. And then, so I've got my kit here all prepped, ready to go. So we're not cutting live on camera today like we did last week. We've got the kit already ready to go. And then I pulled out a whole heap of dies and a sentiment stamp set as well, which has coordinating dies that go with it. Actually, was it that one? Did I pull out the right dies? Yes, that's the right ones. But I also like these dies because with these dies you've got the words that you can cut out. So I thought we'll fiddle with that and have a look what we like when we get to that. I also have this is the Give It a Whirl dies, which, believe it or not, I haven't used the actual Give It a Whirl mechanism at all yet. And I've had this since, I don't know, quite a while. But I use a lot of the other little dies out of this set. And I pulled this one out today because it's got hearts. So I thought, well, that'll be great. We're going to be using the Stylish Shapes, which you can't see the name of because I've got all my spares in there, my spare bits. We're going to be using some circles from that. I also did pull out the deckled circles. Now, I'm not saying that you need to have all of these products to create this card. These are just a selection of products that we may or may not use. I just wanted to have options. But the deckled circles, you've got lots of different sizes in there as well. So I pulled those out as well in case I decided not to go with these ones. And then I have some label dies as well. This is from the Something Fancy dies. But we have lots of other die sets that have labels in them as well, but I just grabbed this one because it was easy for me to grab and it was the right size that I needed. So we may be using those as well. Oh, and I also grabbed out my Happy Labels Pick a Punch, because if I'm using these ones, I might use this with it as well. So yeah, so I've got all of those ready. I've got my ribbons, I've got my embellishments. We are ready to go. All right, let me show you this card. Has anybody made an interlocking gatefold card before? Got my measurements scratched out on paper. It's actually been so long since I've made this card that I had to go back to my class video to watch how I made it, because I'm like, oh my goodness, I haven't made this for so long. It's been like 12 or 18 months or something since I've made it. So, all right, let me go through all of the pieces for you. As I said, all of the measurements will be on my blog, so don't worry if you don't get them now, because there's lots of different measurements. I'll do all the cardstock measurements first, and then I'll give you the DSP measurements. All right, so first of all, we've got our card base. So this is 21 centimeters by 14.85 centimeters. Now you can make this card in any colors, any designer series papers, etc. that you like. I'm doing mine with a love theme, so this not necessarily for Valentine's Day, just to show someone that I love them and that I care about them. But yeah, you can use whatever you like with this. I'm using Sweet Sorbet today. So yeah, 21 centimeters by 14.85. Then I've scored it on each side at 5.25 to get them folding in towards the middle. Now you've got a tiny little gap in the middle, but that's okay because we're going to cover that up with the panels, and that's fine. All right, so don't panic if they don't meet exactly in the middle. They're very, very close, because when you have that fold, that takes up a fraction of the cardstock, so it just means that you have a little tiny gap in the middle. Okay, so 5.25, you score it at that side, and then flip the cardstock around, put it back in your trimmer, and score it at 5.25 on the other side as well. Okay, then we need a panel for the inside, because this is a colored piece, so we want a white panel to write our greeting on the inside. So this one here measures, where am I up to now? Cardstock, 10.1 centimeters by 14.45 centimeters. Okay, that's our inside piece. You can cut, I don't think I did one yet, did I? I was deciding, oh no, that's right, because I wasn't going to. You can decide to use one of your offcut strips to run along the bottom of this insert, which is what I did in the class, but I'm actually going to do something different today. I'm going to put some little hearts in here. But you can use some of your DSP. I'd use no more than really a centimeter wide or high to do a strip across there. So if you want to do that, you do 10.1 by 1 centimeter. You might want to go 1.5 centimeter. Just put a decorative strip in there, or you can do some stamping in there if you want, or you could fussy cut one of your little bees and put them in there. We might do that today, or just maybe some hearts. All right, then we've got all of these panels. Now, oh, actually, I've still got more DSP panels. Hang on, we've got 3. I'll just pull out one. We've got 3 of these pieces, okay, exactly the same. We need 3 of those. I've just got mine in here in amongst my DSP. Actually, let's pull them all out just so I don't confuse everybody. Okay, so we've got 3 pieces there. Each one of these measures 10.1 centimeters by 4.7 centimeters. Okay, they're going to be your interlocking pieces. Then I've got some vellum offcuts for my label, and potentially also that the bees are going to sit on. I'm not sure if they're going to yet sit on vellum, or they might need to sit on a white. They're going to sit on a circle, but they might, I'm not sure if I'll use the vellum or white cardstock yet, depending on how they look with the DSP when I put it all together. So we'll get to that bit. So I've got some offcuts of vellum, and then I've got some offcuts of the sweet sorbet as well, because I was maybe going to die cut some of those hearts. But instead we might use the embellishments. We'll see how we go. Okay, so they're just extra offcuts. All right, now the DSP, we need 2 strips for these 2 panels here. Okay, they're going to go on these panels here, and these ones measure 4.85 by 14.45 centimeters. Now I'm sorry, I don't have these measurements in imperial, I only have metric, because this card base is cut in metric measurements, and there's not a straight conversion for inches, because we've got very small measurements with the 0.5s. But you can probably tweak your own. Basically what you're going to do is your standard card base, just have your standard card base piece, and you're going to work out where your center point is, and then you're going to score at each end to bring those 2 panels in to meet in the middle. And then you can work out because I've been getting a lot of requests lately for measurements into imperial measurements, but the measurements that we use in Australia, they don't always have a straight conversion, because your card base sizes in America are based on letter cardstock, or letter size paper, letter size cardstock. Ours is based on A4, and they are completely different measurements. Your cards are usually wider and shorter. Ours are more narrow and taller. So that's why it doesn't make a straight conversion. All right, so we've got those 2 panels. Then we need 2 panels of one type of DSP. And this one is 9.7 by 4.3. Okay, so they're both the same. And then we need a coordinating piece, which just one of these, and this is the same size, 9.7 by 4.3. Okay. Now on the original card, I did have that insert floral strip. I actually had that at 2 centimeters wide, which is very high. I wouldn't normally do 2 centimeters high. It depends on how much you want to write on the inside. If you don't like writing a lot on the inside of your card, have a bigger border strip at the bottom, and then you don't have to write as much. But I usually like to write a lot, so I don't like to put too much decoration on the inside, because I need as much space as possible to write my messages usually. So all right, so let's put all of this together. Now I'm not going to put the insert in yet, because we're going to do some decorating on that one first, so I'll pop that over to the side. But we're going to start with these panels. So I'm going to use my multi-purpose liquid glue today. It's feeling a bit light on actually. I might need to open a new one today. All right, so we're going to start with these 2 panels. Now to make it easier, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip my cardstock over. So I've now got the valley fold on this side. The mountain fold should be on the inside. Okay, so I've got the valley fold here. And I'm going to adhere these 2 long pieces on either end, and they will form your flaps. I'm going to do that first. Okay. Now, with all of these papers, you'll have to be careful if you're cutting paper that is directional. For instance, I've got these vertical lines on this paper, so I had to make sure that I cut that in the right orientation. I'll flip that around. I can feel I'm getting sticky already. I should have had a baby wipe out ready. I do love using my glue, because it gives you that wiggle time to position your pieces, but I tend to get a bit messy with it. Is everybody else messy with their glue, or is it just me? It's probably just me. But that's okay. If I get a little bit of excess glue anywhere, I can use my my Stampin' Buddy. No, what's it called? Embossing Buddy, to take off any sticky. Okay. There we go. So there we've got our 2 panels. Now I'll flip my card back over. So when we close those, now we've got 2 decorative panels there like that. Now, if you wanted to, you could decorate the inside as well. I don't feel the need to do that, but if you wanted to pretty it up on the inside, you could do that too. I'm just going to leave them as they are. All right, now Definitely not just me that's getting glue everywhere, Helen. Oh, good. I'm glad it's not just me. Yeah, we can get a bit messy with our glue, can't we? But it's all good. It does give you a very good bond. It gives you a very good stick for your projects. All right, now I'm going to put one of these DSPs on each one of these pieces of cardstock, which I already gave you the measurements for. And again, all the measurements will be on my blog later this week when I get a chance to put that up. I'm not going to commit to a day this week because I know I've got a lot on this week. I do try and get it done the very next day, but I'm not sure this week because I've got a lot to do. All right, so that's panel number 1. Ah, look what I just did. Okay, that's all right. We can do it this way. I'm not paying attention. Do you know why? Because in my head, I've already jumped ahead to the next step and I'm thinking about the next thing I've got to do. And I just accidentally put the glue on the cardstock rather than on the paper. That's okay. I got a little bit of excess there because I did it that way. Silly me. Just focus on what I'm doing and not just go step by step. Getting ahead of myself. All right. Oop, put a bit more down there. There we go. Okay. And now our third panel. It's actually a really easy card to construct, this one. Right, now what we're going to do is, so these are our 3 panels. These are how they're going to go on the front. However, these 2, the top and the bottom 2, they're going to be decorated. Well, you can choose. You can choose to do the decorating now and then attach them, or you can choose to attach them and then decorate them later. But this middle panel, we need to decorate that now because we're going to wrap some ribbon around that. And so we want to wrap the ribbon before we adhere it to the card. Okay. So what we might do is we might fussy cut while we're working with all the DSP. We might fussy cut our little bees first and decide on which ones we're going to use. I'll just get my paper snip scissors out. These are great little scissors if you don't have the Stampin' Up! Paper snips. They are fantastic. They've got a nice short blade and they're very, very sharp and they're really great for fussy cutting. Now, let me see. I'd like to try and use some that are close to the edge so that I don't chop too much into my paper. This one and this one are pretty cute. Oh, they're all cute. Yeah, I think I want this one flying this way coming down from the top. And oh, I might use this one too. So this one looks like he's bringing in the heart, and then this one looks like he's catching the heart from that one. That's my little story there. So I'm going to chop into here. Just going to chop them out. Just go around those. I do like that one too, actually. I'll just take that one as well. All right, I'll put that to the side. And I'll just take these out individually, and then we'll cut them more carefully once I get them all separated. Separate all these little bees. There we go. Okay, we've got our 3 little bees. All right, so I'm going to fussy cut around these glasses. Hang on, let me grab my glasses. I made that mistake last week, didn't I? I was trying to read all the measurements and I couldn't read them on my ruler because I didn't have my glasses on. And I always need glasses when I'm fussy cutting, otherwise my eyes go blurry and then I can't see a thing. So, all right, so we're just going to fussy cut around these little images, and we will pop them up on dimensionals, I think, to give them a little bit of a pop off the card. But they're super cute, these little bees. Now, I know some of you don't like fussy cutting, so you can use, you can use dies or you can use punches to decorate your card. In fact, when I made the first one for the class, we used floral punches. And we were making flowers with the floral punches. Well, now we've got the floral dies too. They would be beautiful for one of these cards. Have you all seen those? The florist, what are they called? Who's got the name of that product for me? The florist, the flower dies. Florist something. What are they called? I've gone blank on the name. There we go. So we've got one cute little buzzy bee. Actually, I might use this one. This one's cute. They're all cute, but I like this one. Looks like he's hugging that heart. Has anyone got the name of that? Hey, Janelle. Did I already say hello to you, Janelle? I can't remember. It's lovely to have you here, though. Thank you for joining us. So has anyone got the name of that, those floristry dies? Is it floristry? Something floristry? Anyway, somebody will tell me. Ah, Deborah's fussy cutting while she's watching me too. Oh, you're cutting the fish from the Let's Go Fishing DSP. That's another great one too, yes. Yeah, they are fantastic, aren't they? Those fish in that DSP. Is it, what's the name of that DSP? Let's Go Fishing, yeah. Let's Go Fishing DSP. That's a good one for the masculine cards as well. Or fisher women, if you know any fisher women. I used to fish a long time ago, just every so often, like when we were on holidays and stuff. But I grew up with my dad being a keen fisherman, so did a lot more fishing when I was younger. But my hubby's not really too keen on it, so I think I've taken him fishing once or twice since we've been married in our 35, nearly 35 years of marriage. But yeah, he's not too keen on it. So we don't go fishing anymore, and we actually don't even have our rods anymore. We got rid of them in our big cleanup last year. There we go. I think we'll use those two. They're really cute. I think we only need two. I don't think we'll need a third. You know what? Let's cut the third one just in case we need it. And then we've got options. And then if we don't use it on this project, we can use it on a different project anyway. With these little bees, if you didn't want to use them with the hearts, you could probably chop those hearts off. But I'm doing a love-themed card, so we're going to keep the hearts. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to I haven't decided if I'm going to give it to hubby yet for Valentine's Day, because we don't normally celebrate Valentine's Day, or if I'm going to hang on to it and give it to one of my friends or one of my beautiful team members. We'll see. See who ends up with it. There we go. There you go. So that didn't take too long to fussy cut those. Oh, paper florist dies. Thank you, Chitska. Thank you. I knew somebody would know. Hey, Julie. How are you? Great. All right. Okay, so we've got our little buzzy bees, and this is what I just wanted to check to see how they were going to look on here, if they were going to need a little bit of something. I think they are going to need a little bit of something behind them because that paper is quite busy. So we might do our die cutting now before we put together our panels. I'll bring in my mini. It's got my little mini today, my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Oh, she's a little bit dusty. Let's just wipe away all that dust. And I'll take my glasses off now so I can see everything else I'm doing. Let's have a look. I really love the stitching. I love anything that's stitched. I really love the stitching on the stylish shape dies. So I think we're going to use those ones. I'll just take them out of the case. And I think I worked out last night the third smallest was going to be the right size. Yeah, so the third from the smallest is going to be the right size that we need, because we want that circle to fit within the edges of our panels. So we need one for the top, one for the bottom. All right, so we'll cut a couple of vellum ones of those and see how that's going to look. And if we're still losing the bees too much on that, then we might need to use white cardstock instead. So I'm just using some offcuts of vellum that I had in my stash. Okay. Let's just take that through. Hey Julie, you missed me sharing about my jam. You'll have to go back and watch the beginning part on the recording after we finish. I made jam yesterday with my peaches, and it turned out not too bad for my first attempt. I had some today, actually. It was quite yummy. It was very yummy, but it's full of sugar, so wouldn't want to be eating it too much. Amber actually said to me yesterday, Mum, would you eat it on scones? And I'm like, oh yeah, that'd be good. And then after tasting it today, I was like, I would definitely eat that on scones. That would be so yummy. Yeah, it turned out pretty good. Peach and pineapple jam it is. We had a big conversation all around jam, Julie. So you'll have to, Julie had some of my peaches. She came with her boys and came and picked some of my peaches because we had so many. We wanted to share them with people, but I couldn't pick them and then go and give them to people because hubby's been sick. So I said to my friends, come and pick some if you'd like from the tree, and I can just let you in the gate so that you're not coming into the house and getting contaminated with germs. And yeah, with cream, definitely Deborah, with some cream. Yummy, yummy. Yeah. Yeah, look, Julie. This is my little jar. I got a jar and a half of jam out of 500 grams of fruit. The hardest part about making the jam is cutting up all the fruit. It's not even hard. It's just time consuming. But yeah, and then watching it in those last few minutes and not walking away like I did. It caught on the bottom. All right. Now, I want to choose the sentiment so that I know what else I'm going to do on this panel. I think I've already chosen the ribbon, but I needed to choose a sentiment, and I was going to look in my other stamp sets, and I forgot to go back to them actually, but that's okay. I think I like this one here. My heart will always be tied to yours. I thought you can use that for, lots of different occasions, to send to anyone who you care about. So I thought that would be a really good one to use. So let's see how that will, so that's going to fit on there really well. And then this stamp set, sorry, I should show you this stamp set a bit more closely. The Wonderful Thoughts stamp set, it's got lots of different sentiments for lots of different occasions in combo of fonts there. And it's got coordinating dies that cut out the sentiments as well. So now hang on, my computer just paused then for a moment. Am I still live? Or have I paused again? No, I can see myself on my iPad, but it's not playing on. Oh yeah, no, it's caught back up. I think it's just my computer. So Wonderful Thoughts does have a die set. The Wonderful Thoughts dies. So yeah, I thought that would be a good one to use. Now I don't know if I've used these dies before, have I? I can't remember if I've used them before or not. Now let me see if I can work out, I think it's this one. Is it this one? Let's see. Let's see, is that going to fit? Oh, it'll be that way. Yes, there we go. So if you need to work out which dies are going to coordinate, I'm pretty sure it's that one. Yeah, that looks like the closest one. I don't think there's any other one that would fit. Yeah, no, that one looks like it's the right one. Okay, so we'll have a go with this one and see how that looks. Now I think I'm going to do it in black. But I'm wondering if I might emboss it with black embossing powder. Let's pop that on my block. Oop, I didn't put that straight. Hang on a sec. Let me grab my paper. My desktop is a little bit, it's got like a sticky surface. So I like to line up my sentiments straight on my block. It helps me just when I'm, when I'm stamping, it helps me to line them up. So if I use my grid paper and line up the sentiment on my grid paper and then line my block up with the grid and then pick it up that way, then that will be much straighter. Okay, and that's my die, so I'll pop that over there. Oh, my circle die I need to put away before I, you know what I'm going to do? Hang on a sec. I'll grab my handy dandy little magnetic bowl and I'll pop my dies in there while I'm working with them, and then I can put them away later. And that'll be a lot quicker. I'll just move them out of the way. All right, now I haven't used this stamp before. So, whoops, sorry about that noise. That was my embossing trays. So I'm going to give this one a clean. Always give your new stamps a clean before you use them. And then dry them off on your scrap paper or your grid paper if you're using grid paper. Now, because I'm using a photopolymer stamp, I'm going to use my Stampin' Pierce mat, which is a foam mat. Sorry, I've got mine upside down. And I've picked up the wrong one. This is my old one that's got lots of holes in it for piercing and shaping. I'll just grab one that's for stamping, only because I don't want to get any holes or marks or anything I want in my cardstock. I want it to come out nice and clear. All right, so I've got some scrap white cardstock here, and we're going to stamp this. I'm going to have a go at embossing it in black and seeing how it comes up in black. Now, the font is quite small, so I'm not sure if the black embossing powder is going to be too heavy, because the black embossing powder is quite granular, and sometimes it can be a little bit heavy for some of the sentiments. So we'll have a go and have a look. Now, I've got my Stampin' Up embossing tray. However, I think last time I used white, and I don't want to mix my white with my black. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use an old one that I found in the cupboard that I've had for many, many years before I was even with Stampin' Up. So I'm going to use that one today for my black. But just know that Stampin' Up does sell them. And when you get the Stampin' Up one, it's actually better than this one. I don't like this old one so much. I'm just going to grab my black embossing powder. I'll show you what is good about the Stampin' Up embossing tray. I didn't use my embossing buddy, did I? Oh, I forgot. And I've got it right here in front of me. Oh my goodness, I'm too busy talking. So give a tap, tap, tap on the back. Yeah, I don't know that I got enough on there. Let's just give it another little swizzle. Okay. All right, we'll give that a go. What I love about the Stampin' Up embossing tray is that it's got this lip here, so the powder doesn't just fall out. It's got the cap on the end, so you can uncap it when you're ready to tip it into your bottle, so you don't have the embossing powder all falling out. It's got nice high sides on it, and it comes with the embossing buddy, the paintbrush, and the tweezers, which I'm about to find. They're here in my tools. Here they are. These reverse grip porcelain tipped tweezers, sorry. These are really great tweezers. So when you get the Embossing Additions toolkit, it comes with all of that, okay, which is fantastic. I haven't cleaned this since using my white embossing powder, so I didn't want to mix my black and my white, because that wouldn't be good, would it? I'm not making a zebra. All right, I'm going to plug in my heat tool. Here we go. Now on your heat tool, this is the Stampin' Up heat tool. You've got the rest here, so that when you put your heat tool down on your desk, it doesn't lay flat on your desk, so the hot tip won't damage your tabletop. It's got 2 settings. So you've got number 1 setting, which is great for drying. So if you're drying, if you've been doing some watercoloring or something like that and you want to dry it, the number 1 setting is the way to go. But for heat embossing, you want to use number 2. Now I'm just going to pop my cardstock in my tweezers so that I don't burn my fingers. And we'll turn this on. Now just let it warm up for a moment so that it will heat the embossing powder really quickly. Julie says, oh, very nice about my jam. Yep, you've never made jam yourself before. I did try it on toast this morning, Julie, and it was really yummy. Yeah. And it was actually a lot easier to cook than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be because I remembered from back at school and we had to do it the proper way and it was all technical and everything. And I thought, I haven't got the right equipment and I'm not going to be able to make that. But I just used a saucepan and I went and bought some jam jars from the $2 shop. Like literally that jar cost me $2. So I got a few of those and I got some bigger ones that were $2.50. And the bigger jars I used for some stewed peaches and the little jars I used for jam. Hey, that came up really well. Look at that. And now because it's embossed, I'm not sure if the camera will pick that up. I'll just tilt that light a little bit. It's raised and glossy. That looks really fantastic. I'm so happy with how that turned out. Beautiful. Good. Alrighty. So let's fussy cut that with, oh, well, we're not going to fussy cut it actually, are we? We're going to use our die. We're going to use our die for that. I'm going to wrap our little die around there and die cut that. Beautiful. I'm just going to cut off some of this extra cardstock because we could use that for another sentiment. I don't want to run that through my plates because my plates are a bit cut up and they might dent that cardstock. All right, so we'll bring in our machine, our little mini, and I'm going to grab some washi tape as well so that we can put the washi tape on that die to hold it around the sentiment so that it doesn't move. And I just buy this is, well, actually it's not washi tape, this is Post-it tape, and I just get this from our local stationery store here in Sydney. Well, near us we have an Officeworks stationery store, and that's where I get that from, just in the aisle that has all of the Post-it notes. You can use washi tape if you don't have that. That's what I used to always use until I found that, and that's been working really well for me since I got it. All right, so I'm just trying to position this. Now this die is quite tight around the lettering, so I'm just making sure that I get that lined up so that I don't chop any of it off. Okay, hopefully I've got that lined up well. Just use 2 pieces to cover that up and hold that in place. Oops. And we'll take that through our mini. Oh, fussy cutting stopped. Brax needs cuddles. Oh. Oh. They're so funny, aren't they? They always, oh, look at that. That cut out beautifully with that die. Wow. I'll have to use those sentiments and dies more often. They're really great. Oh, little Braxy. Callie's been particularly cuddly lately too. Not sure why. We have been out a little bit more lately. I think that's probably why. But yeah, she's been craving a lot of attention lately. All right, now if we put the sentiment, so the sentiment's going to go on that center panel there. But see how it kind of gets a bit lost in the background because there's a lot going on. So I'm going to put a label on there. So I think we won't use the Happy Labels Pick-a-Punch that I had out before, but I think we might use one of the other label dies. And we might die cut some vellum and put some vellum behind that, and then that'll sort of follow through the theme of the vellum with the bees as well. So let's have a look and see which one would go well. So this one might be nice, and it's going to be up this end because we're going to put a bow down this end, so that could be nice on there. Or we could use this one. That one might be nice too, mightn't it? I'll move that over there a little bit. That could be nice there, but I kind of feel like I want something a little bit longer. That one I think will be, that one's too big. So it's either that one or this one. I'm just not sure. I might die cut both of those and we'll see. We'll see how they look. All right, now again, if anyone's wondering what dies they were, if you missed that before, these are the Something Fancy dies. They're from the annual catalogue. Don't think I've got any vellum ones in there already. I've only got cardstock ones. I thought I might get away with not having to cut some more, but that's okay. So we'll bring back in our mini. See how handy this mini machine is? It's so easy just to take on and off your desk. It's so light. I love it. I love my big machine too, but this one is just really, really handy. All right, now, because I've got a straight edge with this die here, always remember if you've got a straight edge on your dies, you need to feed them through your machine at a slight angle so that they don't catch on your rollers. It'll feed through much better. Actually, we could go, no, they won't fit that way. We'll go this way, and then they will both go through on the one piece then. There we go. All right, we'll use that washi tape again that we had before, just to hold them in place, make sure they're not going to slide, because that vellum is very slippery. We don't want them to slide off the vellum and then waste our vellum. There we go. Okay. Line our plates up. I've got the plates staggered back a little bit from each other as well so that they can feed through the roller more easily. There we go. I'll just pop my dies in my tray over there. Ka-chink, ka-chink. Now make sure when you're disposing of your scraps of vellum that you put them in your rubbish bin, not in your recycling bin, because they're not paper, so they can't go in your paper recycling. All right, so now I've got one of each, and we can decide which one is going to look best. So I'm radiating towards this one, but we'll see how that's going to look on there. Now I will pop the sentiment up as well. Oh, that'll look nice. Yeah, and then we can put our bow there. So I kind of think this one might be a little bit too little. This might look a bit weird over here on its own at the side. Yeah. No, I think we need this one. And this one's kind of got the rounded edges a little bit too, which kind of is in keeping with the circles. So see how it's got the rounded edges here? It kind of is more like, more sort of aesthetically pleasing, I guess, to go with the circles, in my mind anyway. So we've got those rounded edges. So, okay, so we're going to do that. I'll keep this one for another project. Pop that up there with our spare little bee. Ribbon. Now I really liked, I was playing with the different ribbons last night, and I really liked this ribbon with this paper. So what that will look like is, if we wrap that, we can do a test actually, we can wrap it around. So this ribbon is the gold satin edged ribbon. I can't remember if this is in one of the catalogs or if this is in online exclusives. I don't remember where it is now, where it's from. Might be online exclusives actually. All right, so we're just going to wrap the ribbon all the way around. We'll tie a bow. Now this time you can have a sideways bow or you can have a straight bow. It's totally up to you which way you want your bow to be sitting. In my original card, I had a sideways bow because of the size of the sentiment label that was going over the top. And actually, I think a sideways bow would look best. So let's see if we can get a sideways bow to tie it with the other side. So you notice that I'm tying my bow, my ribbon, straight from the spool. I'm not tying it, I'm not cutting it first because I don't want to waste my ribbon. Whoops. But I'm getting my fingers caught. I'm actually going to use a glue dot, I think. Let me grab a glue dot and pop a glue dot under there to help that to hold still while I'm tying. The other thing you can do is use your tweezers too. Here's another use for your tweezers. I've done this. I don't do it all the time. I tend to use a glue dot method, but I'll show you with those tweezers because we were talking about the tweezers before. Take your reverse grip tweezers and I'll just hold that bow, and if you slip that in over the knot, it'll hold your knot while you're tying it. So I don't need the glue dots if I'm going to do it that way. Tie our little bow. Is anybody else bow challenged? Sometimes it takes me a few goes, especially when I'm filming live. Oh, actually my tail isn't long enough now on my, I need a longer tail on there. Hang on a sec. Let's just take that off for a minute. Just pull that through a little bit further. We'll try that again. There we go. Yes, sometimes Fee sometimes has troubles with her bows. Yeah, they can be a bit tricky. All right, so let's hold that tight. Whoops. Hang on a minute. Keeps wanting to run away from me. Stay. Okay. Hold those ends. Put your tweezers in. Let it close. And then let's try again. Oh, is that why? You're trying to twist that way. I was trying to twist you the other way. That's why I didn't want to go through there. Okay, just take those tweezers off. Oh, now I've got an upside down bow. Isn't it always the way? Whenever you're trying to tie a bow the right way, now it's upside down. It won't go. Hang on. Maybe I'll just have to have an ordinary. Maybe I should have done it this way. Should I? Should have tied it this way. Anyway, you get the gist. But I'm kind of trying to make a sideways bow, but this ribbon is actually tying so nicely once I get the bow tied. It is a little bit slippery, as you can see. It keeps slipping out of my fingers. But the other thing you can do is tie a separate bow and then add it on top with a glue dot. Yeah, we might be on track now. We've sort of got a bit more of a sidewaysy bow. Okay, we've got a bit more of a sideways bow now. That's better. Don't want my loops too big. Okay, let's trim that off. Oh, I want to go that way. Now, my tails are going to be a little bit too long just at the minute, but we'll adjust those when we get our bow right. Okay, so I'll put that to the side. I'll trim those up a little bit. Oh, my paper snips are getting a bit blunt, and I need to get a new pair soon. Or are they dirty? Maybe they're dirty on the ends. Sometimes if you get a bit of glue or something on the tips of your snips, they can stop cutting well. So before you replace them, just check that you you don't have something stuck, like a bit of adhesive or something stuck on your snips. Hopefully you have a separate pair of snips for your glue, which I do, because you don't want to be using your good paper scissors for your glue, but sometimes it just picks up a bit of adhesive from your project. All right, so now I'm happy with the size of that bow. I'm just going to trim those tails up a little bit. I don't like to have them too long unless it's twine or something like that and it's part of the design of my project. Okay, good. Alrighty. So then this piece is going on over here, over the top of that. And what you can actually do is, so that that ribbon isn't loose, we're going to pop some glue dots under there. So I'm just going to grab a glue dot with my take your pick tool, and I'm going to pop it in under there. Just make sure you've got your ribbon lined up first where you want to have it on your card. Just make sure that's lined up. And I might even pop one in underneath there. I've got a little bit of a rolled up one here that I used part of this one for another project. So I'm just going to pop that one in underneath the bow to hold the bow in place too, so the bow doesn't come undone and it doesn't move, because I already checked that this is going to fit. Okay. All right. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little bit of tear and tape just along the center of, actually not even along the center. I want to make sure that this is going to be, you want to make sure that any adhesive that you use on your vellum is going to be covered up by your sentiment. Okay, so I just want a little bit in the middle actually to cover up that sentiment. Put the, yep. All right, so flip that over. We're just going to use a little bit of, I like to use a dry adhesive on my, see now I'm getting my tape scissors. They're the ones with the charms on them. I like to use a dry adhesive with my vellum because I find the tear and tape can, the liquid glue can make the vellum curl a little bit. It doesn't tend to like the liquid glue too much, so I like to use a dry adhesive. All right, so we're going to pop that down there like so. Oops, I'm just going to tuck it in a little bit more. There we go. Okay, and then our sentiment is going to get popped up on dimensionals. So I'll grab, we have two sizes of dimensionals. We've got our regular size and we've got our minis. I'm thinking with this sentiment, because it's quite small, I'm going to use minis. Whoops, put the wrong ones over there. So I'm going to just use my minis. Oh, my iPad's going flat. The battery, I knew it was getting low, but I didn't realize it was quite that low. Might have to plug it in. Okay, and then we'll put that over our vellum. Take the backings off. Pop that over our vellum, and we're going to cover up the adhesive. In fact, you can't really see the adhesive too much on here because it's over the ribbon. We're going to pop that on there like that. Okay, so that's our middle panel. Now, our two end panels, as I said to you, you can decorate them now or you can decorate them once you put them on your card. But let's go ahead and decorate them now. I'm just going to grab that other charger and put that on my iPad because I've got the other two devices plugged in. Okay, there we go. All right, everything needed charging up today. I just remembered too, I didn't clean my stamp after I used that Versamark, so I'm just going to quickly do that with my chamois. Make sure that's clean. I usually do that straight away and I forgot today. So many different steps. Okay, So now let's add these on, and we'll do the same thing. So we're going to use a little bit of tear and tape where we're going to, where the butterfly, I keep going to call them butterflies. The bee is going to cover up the adhesive. So we just want a couple of small amounts where that bee is going to cover up. In fact, if you wanted to, what you could do, it's a little bit trickier because it's a bit bumpy, but you can adhere these on first. I am going to pop them up on dimensionals though, and then you can put your adhesive. I'll show you that way actually. Then you can put your adhesive after that. Now we might want to have our wings on our bee have a little bit of curl to them. So I'm going to use my bone folder and just curl the wings between the bone folder and my thumb. I'm just sort of flicking the bone folder like that, and just curl their wings up a little bit to give them a little bit more 3D sort of look. We might use large dimensionals for the bee. I think we only need, we might use a large and a small actually. There we go. So the large and the small are the same height. But if you are mixing the standard dimensionals with dimensionals from a kit, then just be careful, because sometimes the kit dimensionals can be a bit thicker. Okay, then you can turn this over, and now you can see where the bee is, and so you can see where to attach your adhesive, where that bee is going to cover it up. So I'm going to use 2 short strips behind where the bee is. Oh, that one might be a little bit long. I'll just trim that one off a bit. There we go. Okay, so that's on the back. So now I'll just take those off, and we can attach our bee. Now the tricky thing is with these, because we are going to be adding these panels after we've decorated them, we've got this dimension on them. So just be mindful of that. Sometimes that just might make it a little bit more fiddly, but it shouldn't be too bad because of the way these panels attach. Okay, so we'll curl up the wings. We'll grab our dimensionals. Yeah, he goes up that way. So I'm actually just going to put 1 in the middle of this one, because that should be enough. Oh, he's got the heart too. I might put a little one behind the heart, just so that heart is secure and not loose. There we go. So we'll pop our little bee on there. Then we're going to put our, and the vellum just helps the bees to stand out on that busy paper, because that designer series paper is quite busy with the design on it. Vellum just gives it a little bit of a lift off that paper. And we might have this one. Might have this one flying straight across, I think, like that. There we go. All right, now we have to add our panels. So this was the most important one, because we had to make sure that we had our ribbon wrapped around that before we adhere that on. Basically what is going to happen is these panels are going to be attached to your card, but I need to show you how they're going to attach. So I'm just going to line them up first to just make sure that we've got them fitting. Yep, good. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to attach these 2 panels first. I'm lining them up. I'm using the border. See how we've got the border around the DSP? So you can see the cardstock around the DSP. I'm lining up the cardstock of this one with the edge of the DSP. Okay, it should match. It should be the same width as your DSP panels. Okay, but we're only going to put glue on this side. We only want to attach it to this panel here, so that I make sure that I don't, actually no, I need to close that because I need to make sure it's lined up straight. I was going to say so that I don't accidentally attach it on there. But what I'll do is I'll flip it over, and I'm looking now where that center part is. I've got to make sure that my glue is only on the left-hand side and not coming too close to the center where that card is going to open. Okay, so close our card, line it up with the border of the DSP. Okay, and then run our glue. That's going to be our, whoops, that's okay. We've got our border, so we know where to put our glue. There we go. Oh, I might have gone a bit close there to the edge. Flip it back over, line it back up. Make sure it's lined up nicely and nice and square. I like that multi-purpose liquid glue so we can give it a bit of a wiggle where we need to. Okay, and then we're going to adhere that really well. Now, because we've got the dimension on the front, it might be a bit hard to push all the way behind it. So what you can do is you can just open that up and push it from behind, okay? There we go. So that's our first panel. We're going to do exactly the same with our bottom panel. Okay, so this is where it's a little bit tricky because you've got that dimension on there. It just makes it pop a little bit. Okay, so we're doing the same thing. It's going to be on the left-hand side, watching where that center, the center opening is of the card. We don't want to put glue over that part of it. So make sure you use a good amount of glue on there. Flip it over. Line it back up. And press. Okay, open it up, just double check. You can, when you open it up, just double check that none of the glue has oozed out the edges. Okay, now if you wanted to, you could cut some extra DSP to put on that little square, those little square pieces there, and on these panels here if you wanted to, but I don't think that it's necessary to do that. All right, now with this one's going to go in the middle, so you need to line this up in between these two with a little bit of a gap, okay, an even gap between those two. This one is going to get adhered to the right-hand side, okay? So again, flip it over, line it up, put your glue. Now you have got your ribbon on here too. So I'm going to do my glue like this. The ribbon doesn't really hold the glue well. So if you feel more comfortable to use tear and tape, you could put a bit of tear and tape across your glue, across your ribbon. But we'll do it like this and see how we go. Okay, flip it over. Now make sure you line it up in the center between those two panels, the top and the bottom panel. Okay, line that up. All right, and press that down. Okay, and then we're going to open that up, give that a press from behind. It's a bit bumpy because we've got all those layers on there. Okay, give that a good press. There we go. Okay, so the last thing we need to do is our inside. So now this is how our card closes, okay? Now just be careful because your panels are still wet. So this is why it's an interlocking gate fold card. So they lock together like that. Isn't that cute? Is that just so cute? All right, now we know we need to do our inside panel. So I've already got that one cut. There it is there, and I was going to use some of the die cut hearts, but then I've got this little bee left over. So I'm just wondering if I might put that one in there instead. In fact, you know what I could do? Hang on one sec. I have an idea. One of those papers that we used, they had the garden paper on the back. The flower paper. Where is that one? This one. Just thinking a little strip of that along the bottom with the bee at the top might be nice. Those little flowers. So I might just cut a little strip of that with my trimmer. We'll see how that looks on the inside. Oops. Bumping my my computer. I'm just going to trim off that little bottom row because they're just kind of, it's just the very tops of the flowers that you can see. Oh, where's my cutting track? There it is. Just want to cut those bits off. And then I'm just going to cut these flowers here. Those ones there. So we've just got that little strip there with those little flowers along there. And what was the width of that piece, that insert? That was 10.1. So if I cut that at 10.1, whoops, it's a bit hard to handle it because it's such a little piece. 10.1, there we go. That should be the right width for the base of the card. Yeah, that'll be cute. Look at that. That'll be really cute. Let's do that. I'm just going to put some grid paper down because we're going to be putting glue right along the edge there. So just check that that was the right. Oh, I've cut that too short. Is that not 10.1? Did I not measure that right? I mustn't have measured that correctly. Or did I pick up the wrong piece of cardstock? Oh, you know what? I picked up the wrong piece of cardstock. That's not my insert piece. This is over here. Oh, lucky. Nearly put the wrong piece in there. That other piece wouldn't have fit. Well, it would have, but it wouldn't have left any border because it's actually exactly the same size as the base because it's a card front piece. But this is my insert piece. This is the one I wanted. Here we go. Cute. And then we're just going to put this B, I'm just going to adhere this B flat because this is going on the inside of the card and we don't want to add any bulk to the inside of our card. There we go. We'll just put that little B just there. Like that. Cute. And now we can put that on the inside of our card. Okay. So we'll grab our sticky fingers again. Sticky fingers. Actually, I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal for my insert. Let's get the roller going at the front there, and then we are good to go. Hang on a sec, I got sticky on my finger. Let's get that off there. There we go. All right, so then we'll just line that up. So we've got a nice little 2mm border around the edges. And if you wanted to stamp a sentiment, you might like to stamp it before you adhere that in. As I said, I like to write a lot on my cards, so I tend to either stamp the sentiments just before I'm going to write on the card, or sometimes I don't stamp a sentiment at all because I like to leave space for writing. All right, so now we just need to add some bling. Now I got out all my bling because we've got a lot. We've got a lot to choose from, but there are bling that goes with that paper. Here it is here. I'm just not sure. I don't have much of this one left, but we'll have a look and see because I had Deborah said, use a fine marker to make the bee fly path. Oh, that's a good idea, Deborah. That is a good idea. I like that. Chitska's loving the card and Glenda as well. Thank you, everyone. Oh, Fee said, wow. Thanks, Fee. Oh, I'm glad you all like it. Now, I'm just not sure if I've got the right colors and the right number of embellishments I need from this pack because I don't have very many left of these ones. Let's see. Oh, I've got a little red heart there. What else have I got? Have I got any other hearts? I've got another red heart. I've got a couple of pink hearts. Let's see. think we're going to lose the red hearts actually because we've using the paper. Oh, we could put one on there. Oh, that would be cute on there, on the vellum. In fact, if I did that, I could put a little glue dot behind it to help that vellum stay down. Might use that one. Let's get that one. Use my take your pick tool and just bend the backing off there. Pop that up there. Oop. Pop that up there. Beautiful. And we've got our little one here. Let's see where we can put our little heart. Should we just pop it down here? And put it there. And then I could use one of these little ones, or maybe I need to use a big one. No. I've got a petal pink small and a petal pink large. Oh, there we go. I'm going to put it there with that one. There we go. Now I do need to put some more adhesive under that vellum because it is wanting to move around a little bit too much. Let me just grab all my little embellishments. These are really cute. They're like the old puffy stickers. Do you remember the puffy stickers? That's what these are like. They're really cute. But they're solid though. They're not soft and squishy. Okay, vellum. Sorry, adhesive. I'm just going to pop a little bit of a glue dot underneath. Now the glue dots that we've got nowadays, they're much bigger than the ones that we used to have. So what I like to do is if I just need a little bit of glue, I just get my take your pick tool and I twirl it. I showed this trick last week. And I just twirl it to just get a little bit, but I don't want it too lumpy. So let's see if I can just get that off. Just pop that there behind where that heart is. Is it going to go where I want it? There we go. Oh, and that helps hold that vellum down perfectly. And we can actually scoot a little bit more in under that bow as well. And I think that bow is sitting nicely. It's sitting sort of at a bit of an angle. I like that. Might put a little bit of a glue dot in under here. I'm going to sneak a little glue dot in under here, under where that bow is going to cover up. Oh, there we go. Under there. That'll be covered up by the bow. There we go. So there is our interlocking gatefold card. And that's using the Be Mine Designer Series paper. And we didn't do the only stamping we did was the sentiment, and the rest is just the DSP. Isn't that just so cute? Isn't that a cute little card? It's a really great fold. It's actually a really easy one to put together. It's just a little bit time consuming with, you know, the layers and things. But once you decorate it all up, and then just add your layers, like it's actually quite a simple card to put together. It's not too technical. There's no, you know, fussy scoring. You just have to remember to score these two at 5.25 centimeters from each side, and then cut all your panels. So there you go. Isn't that cute? That turned out really cute. And actually, if you wanted to, let's do this. Let's add a little bit of Wink of Stella to the wings to give them a little bit of shimmer to the bee wings, because we'll give them a little bit of a blingy bling bling. We love a little blingy bling. We can even bling the hearts. Let's bling the hearts up. And we'll do the wings of this little one down here too. That just adds a little bit of something extra special, gives the card a bit more of a wow factor. There we go. And this one's holding the heart, so we've just got to be a little bit careful. He's holding it close to his chest. Don't want to get extra. There we go. Gorgeous. And I won't do the inside one. I'm just going to leave him plain because otherwise it'll be wet. Oh, I got an extra little bit of that acetate from the embellishment. There we go. Can you see the bling on the wings? I'm not sure if that's going to show up on camera, but we've got the wink of Stella there on the wings. So isn't that fun? Just a fun little interactive card. Yeah, there you go. Oh, thanks, Helen. Thanks, Briar. Thanks, Julie. Do I have the stamp set? Because that has the bee trail. Oh, does it, Julie? Okay, no, I don't actually have the stamp set. So let's have a look, though, at the stamp set before I tip the camera up. I'll just have a little look here. I'll turn over to page 10. Let me just move my card while those wings are drying. Page 10. Oh, it does too. There you go. That's the actual stamp set there, which I don't have. And there is a coordinating punch as well to punch out the bee and the wings. But yeah, there's the little bee trail, little fly trail. Cute. And you've got different little faces here as well that you can stamp on the bees. Really cute. Thanks, Julie. I hadn't looked closely at the stamp set, so I didn't realize. And yeah, if you love that suite, then have a look at pages 8 and 9 in your mini catalogue, and that's where you'll find all of the products. Okay, so you can get the whole collection just by using the one code, or you can get the individual products like I showed you. And I do have the ribbon as well, but I wanted to use something a bit more blingy on this card, so I used the gold. Yeah, there you go. All right, I'm going to tip the camera back up so I can finish up with you face to face, so bear with me and I'll just get that ready. Okay, so what's everyone got planned for this evening? Anybody doing anything special? Or not much happening on a Monday night? Let's flip. There we go. Has anyone got any plans for tonight? I know that, who was it who's having a baked dinner? Was that you, Helen? Having a baked dinner? Was that Helen that said she was having a baked dinner for tea tonight? That'd be yummy. I don't know what we're having. I think we're having something easy tonight. Oh, Judy's here. Hi, Judy. Oh, you're cooking chicken chasseur for 60 people. Oh my goodness. Well, that sounds yummy, but it sounds like a big job cooking it for 60 people. There you go. There's my little card. Isn't that cute? You can see it up nice and close now. Really cute. I love this fold. It's a really fun fold. As I said, you can decorate the inside panels if you want to as well. But yeah, I think it's just nice having the front done. But that's up to you if you want to do that. So thank you all so much for joining me today. Remember, I've got my class coming up. So my card buffet, which I talked about at the beginning, it's an in-person class. Seats are limited. We've already got some booked in, so if you want to come and join us, make sure that you RSVP by the 10th of February. If it fills up before then, I will close it early. The 10th of Feb is Saturday. So you've got until Saturday to register and pay for the class, and then I'll be closing it. It's just $25. You get to make 4 cards. You're choosing from a selection of cards, all different designs, using different products. All you need to bring is your adhesives and your toolkit. Everything else will be supplied for you, and light refreshments will be included. So we'll have a little bit of afternoon tea together. So come and join us. We would love to have you come and join us. It'll be a lot of fun. The link for that I already put in the comments, and I will put in the description of the video as well when I finish filming. Deborah said, Richard just cooked salmon and I made a salad, and I'll do some more fussy cutting while we watch TV. Oh, that sounds like a lovely night. And we love salmon in this house. Well, the boys and I love salmon anyway. The girls don't eat it, but the boys and I love it. It's actually Jake's favorite. He often asks for salmon. He loves it. Yum, 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 Deborah. Yummy. Oh, Judy's making the chicken chasseur without the cognac. Okay. She's just clarifying that. Helen said, I had our roast dinner while watching. Oh, yummy. Plus dessert. Oh, that's awesome. I might now go and have a cup of tea and one of my peach muffins. And remember to go back and watch the beginning about my jam that I made yesterday. And so as Jenny said, it's my time now to take on the jam making in the family, because Grandma and Mum are no longer with us, sadly. And some of my aunties, I'm not sure if my aunties are still making jam now, if my aunties are yeah, if they've sort of hung up their apron strings on the jam making. So yes, I'm the next generation. So sorry about that. My daughter was trying to ring me from Queensland. I think she forgot that I was going live. Maybe she thought I'd already finished. Thank you all so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you all again next week for another great project. So have a great week, everyone, and as I always say, happy crafting. Bye, everyone.